Hey, Shalom, this is the brother Bai. You're back here once again. Before I get started, like always, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rechahakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, I want to title this, The World Teaches You to Be Like LAMECH. All right, the world teaches you to be LAMECH. LAMECH is a descendant of Cain, all right, in the Bible. He's also the father of Tubal Cain. And when you go into the characteristics of LAMECH as a man, he was very prideful, very boisterous, all right. He lacked humility. He lacked meekness. He lacked charity. He lacked mercy. But he was heavy in pride and egotistical and, all about him and, making sure his image was perceived as how he wanted it to be perceived. And if it wasn't perceived that way, the way he wanted it to be perceived, he was going to do whatever needed to be done to make sure that his image was perceived the way he wanted it to be perceived, right? And that's what the world teaches people to be like, all right? That's why social media is such a huge thing. Social media allows people to prop up an image that they want the world to idolize or want the world to gravitate towards or perceive them as. And if anything goes against that, or if they're discovered as not being that, they will do anything in their power to make sure that that image is continued to be perceived the way they want it to be perceived. All right? The world teaches people to act off of carnality. As soon as something doesn't go their way, they become irrational, they become hasty. All right? They want to get eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. They want to get revenge, get their lip back, like they say in today's time. All right? People don't have patience. People don't have humility. People don't have meekness. People don't want to take the low. If they get embarrassed, then they want to embarrass somebody. All right? If they get done wrong, they want to do somebody wrong. And that's what the world teaches you to be. But the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, all right, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus, he doesn't teach us that through the Spirit. He teaches us humility. He teaches us meekness, charity, patience, temperance. All right, to be brought low. All right, to endure while being brought low, and to not fight to get out of being brought low, but to just wait and learn while you're in a lower state before you're exalted. All right. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Over here in the book of Sirach, chapter 2, it says, the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. The world teaches us when we are brought to a lower state, we need to do anything anything possible to get out of that lower state. Whether it's rob, lie, cheat, defraud, murder, backstab, whatever, to get out of that lower state. That's what the world teaches you. These people that have become rich in this world, got these carnal riches, they have done a lot of backhanded tactics. They have done a lot of wicked deeds and a lot of, they've done a lot of actions and displayed a lot of characteristics and attributes that are adverse to the holy and righteous characteristics that the Lord wants in a righteous man. Instead of just being patient in a lower state and waiting on the Lord and learning what the Lord wants from you and walking with the Lord while you're in that lower state, all right, they'll commit wicked acts to get out of that lower state. That's what the world teaches you. The world teaches you to be like LAMECH. So let's go to Genesis chapter 4. And let's start at verse 23. It says, and LAMECH said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of LAMECH. Hearken unto my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. So he's boasting to his wives that he murdered a man because the man, you know, did something to him that he did not like. To just put it plainly, caused him of some form of embarrassment, some form of, hurt, caused him some form of just him not liking what was done to him, so he murdered the man, just like Cain murdered Abel. All right, we're dealing with a wicked seed line here. But he didn't just murder the man. He's boasting to his wives about murdering the man. And you see that throughout rap culture, all right? The degenerate rap culture. They talking about, I murdered my ops, which ops is slang word for enemies. They'll boast about how they murder their ops and in these rap songs, and oh, you did this to me, well, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill your brother, your sister, your daughter, whatever. They boast about these things. That's the spirit of LAMECH, man. And it ain't just, nigga rap culture that does that, Esau is the main one, the so-called white man whose biblical nationality is Esau in the scriptures. He's all for getting his get back. He don't let bygones be bygones. He don't know how to take the low. He don't know nothing about humility and meekness. If you do him wrong, he's going to go out to murder you, defraud you, backstab you, right? Cheat you, steal from you, do whatever in his power, necessary to one-up you, all right? He don't give a damn about taking the low road. That's what the world teaches people, to have that spirit of, if you do me wrong, I'm going to do you worse, If you do me wrong, I'm going to do you worse. And that's not the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's not the spirit of those that are going to be allowed to receive salvation and enter into the kingdom of heaven. Those that are slated for salvation are going to have the attributes of knowing, okay, if somebody does me wrong, right, I need to assess the situation and take the low and not always try to get my lick back, right? That's why Yahweh Shai said this in Matthew the 5th chapter. Let's get it. Matthew chapter 5 verse 38, it says, ye have heard that it have been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. So that means you take the low, all right? If somebody, for example, if you're on the work floor, we work these fucking slave jobs. Somebody get out of hand or get out of pocket, and they fucking with you. Just go your way. Let them have it. You don't have to always go tit for tat with somebody. People in the world, they got demons on them, so they want to, put demons on you and cause the demons to jump out of you, and, have a demon fight off, people that come at you sideways, say slick things. It's just like when we're out on the highways and byways and we're teaching the scriptures, and you have these people coming up scoffing and saying shit, to demean us. We're not supposed to lash out at them. Let them have it. Continue to read the scriptures, break down the precepts, and continue to flow through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? First and foremost, they lack wisdom, but the wisdom has taught us about taking the low and about not, always trying to save face and do things for your image and for your glory. Who are you when the Lord himself, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, had to take the low and was murdered when he was a perfect man, on the face of this planet Earth? Right? Let's continue in Genesis chapter 4, verse 24. So this is LAMECH popping his shit to his wives, and he goes on to say, This is really the first rap song, man. The first rap nigga song, man. It says, Genesis chapter 4, verse 24, if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. So he's popping his shit. He like, look, if the Most High told y'all if y'all touch Cain for his mark that he put on him, you gonna get, payback done unto you. How much more if you come and try to do something to me? He's popping his shit after murdering a man, right? That you don't want to have that spirit on you. You don't want to have that spirit, but that's what the world teaches. Recently out there in Philadelphia, you had this young man. He was a basketball player in high school, and he had a promising career to go to college. He had good grades and stuff, but he got caught up in that rap nigga bullshit, and he ended up murdering somebody, and they ended up murdering him. And that's the vicious cycle of having that type of spirit on you, to where it's all about getting your get back and not looking like a punk, not looking like a bitch. Now, you can defend yourself if somebody's threatening your life and you're putting you in harm's way. You be a man and stand 10 toes. But trying to seek vengeance out, right, because you feel that you've been done wrong or done unfairly, and taking vengeance into your own hands, that's not the spirit of the Lord, man. That's the spirit of the world. The world teaches that. Let's further prove that over here in the book of Romans. Romans chapter 12. And let's go down to verse 19. Paul's writings, it says, matter of fact, let's start at 17. No matter of fact, let's start at 16. Romans chapter 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but consent to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. So you're supposed to be like-minded in men that are of low estate, because men that are of low estate are humble, meek. They are put to a shame, so they're not walking around all high and mighty. You're not supposed to mind the high things and how the world perceives you through their eyes. It says, be not wise in your own conceits. Don't try to be, making this glorious image of yourself that you want the world to praise and worship. And you fighting tooth and nail to do whatever it takes to uphold that false image that the world loves, but the Most High hates. It's not the way you want to live, because at the end of the day, we all got to go to the judgment seat of the Most High. Verse 17, it says, recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. So just because one person is evil, just because one person is wicked, just because one person is dishonest, doesn't mean you do the same thing. Recompense to no man evil for evil. So you continue to be an honest, upright man, regardless of how they're dealing with you. You continue to deal with them the right way, because you have been endowed with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. You have been endowed with the spirit of wisdom. All right. The spirit of righteousness. The spirit of having the fruits of the spirit. You've been endowed with these things, so you take hold to these things. Recompense no man evil to evil, right? Verse 18, Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Live at peace with all men. All right? Don't try to you always be a rough, tough guy that want to get into brawls and get into fights and get into mischief, and as soon as something don't go your way, you lashing out, That's a foolish man. And the scriptures tell us, keep not company with a bold fellow. Right? Verse 19, it says, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, save the Lord. So the Lord put us in captivity. He took away our glory. He took away sovereignty. He took away us having, families and the wives of our desire. And, he took away the comforts of being the sons of Yahshua, princes. He took away that. He put us in a lower state. So you are not to avenge yourself when you are brought to a lower estate, because of somebody doing you wrong. Right? but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, save the Lord. Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to repay, right? You just work on being the man the Lord wants a righteous man to be. Verse 20, therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. A lot of bros are not doing this, man. I'm going to tell you that right now. Let's read that again, verse 20. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. So regardless of how he deal with you, deal with him just, deal with him righteously. He's going to be the one that's going to have to pay for how he's behaved and how he's carried himself in the sight of the Lord. All right? Verse 21. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Wow. And that's the whole purpose of us being on this earth right now. This wicked earth. People say, why the Lord got, the earth so fucked up right now. We got to live here like that. Because you're supposed to overcome a wicked world. He want to see who's able to overcome a wicked world. Not allow a wicked world to make them wicked. Verse 21, let's finish that off. Let's finish this off with this again. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Man. Yeah, that's heavy. Yeah, I hope this was edifying. The world teaches you to be LAMECH. Don't be LAMECH. Be Enoch. With that, I hope this was edifying. Until the next time I say, Shalom.